I wanted to point out for our viewers who might not know that much about Finland, that when Oge arrived here, this was before most people in Finland had ever even really seen anyone of color. There just wasn't a lot of representation, and so she's been effectively going through this journey from that point through the waves of Somalians who came in the 80s and 90s, and up to our current atmosphere in Finland. So she's been able to see a lot of changes politically, a lot of changes just in the social landscape, and I think that's part of why she's specifically been a bit of an inspiration to me as a foreigner here in Finland, because she's been able to not only see all of this, but also sort of actively become not just a participant, but actually a political player as well. I was hoping that you might be able to talk a little bit about that experience, about what it's like putting together an organization like Africans in Finland, and the goals. What is it for? Why does it matter? And why are we getting the word out about it? Because I know that there are a lot of people here who need this representation, but may not even know that they need it.
This is very interesting. Yes, and I would like to connect actually my career when I went to work for the University of Helsinki Adult Education Center. That was in 1994. So during this time, the Somalis, the very first Somalis, they started arriving to Finland from the former Soviet Union at the beginning of the 90s as refugees. And during that period, Finland was crying. They were really having a very big challenge because the teachers were saying, we don't know what to do. How do we receive them in our classrooms? And then the kindergarten teachers were saying, what are we going to do with them? And they are Muslims. So during that period, the University of Helsinki took the challenge to begin to retrain the teachers. And that was when I was employed at the university. I got the position of a program manager for multicultural education. Because when I did my master's degree from the same University of Helsinki, multicultural education was not a content as part of the curriculum of the university because they didn't have that challenge. So I went to work in the Institute of Continuing Education of the Helsinki University. They actually invested a lot in my life. So they sent me to Manchester to go to learn from Manchester University how the surroundings in Manchester had sorted the problems. So it meant that the University of Helsinki had a joint collaboration with Manchester University. So many professors from there came to, on the invitation of the university, to retrain the Finnish teachers, Finnish kindergarten teachers, Finnish nurses. And I was part of this project. So while I was doing this work, I continued to impact my own community, who are the Nigerians, who are also slowly increasing in Finland. So we started talking about bilingualism, multiculturalism, multilingualism. And then we started to form associations so that we will begin to teach our mother tongues to people. Because we followed researches that told us that if you don't speak your mother tongue properly and write it, you will not be able to learn the Finnish language. And Finnish language here is the key to the society. So while I was doing these things from the university, I'm publishing from the practical experiences and also from the theoretical background. So I was invited to join politics in 2008. Because of these publications. So a political party came to me because Finland wanted to build a democracy. So they wanted to invite a Black woman, who would also bring the challenges of the Black people. So that was when I joined the politics. And it was really very exciting. So I joined the Swedish political party in Finland, because in Finland we have about 5% of the population that speaks Swedish language. So the Swedish People's Party, political party of Finland, they know how it is to be a minority in Finland, even that they are Finns because of language. So when I joined them, I started enjoying the political atmosphere. I got a lot of support. But I had a very big challenge because I spoke Finnish and not Swedish. So when I started to really get interested in power and how to use power, I had to negotiate with my political party, the Swedish People's Party, that I would like to join a national coalition party, the Kokoomus, where they spoke Finnish. And that was when I changed from the 2008 to 2010, I was with the Swedish political party. But then in 2010, I moved to a national coalition party called Kokoomus. So that's how my journey has been. And I am still in Kokoomus. And when I think about this Africa in Finland, a lot of people have been contacting me and asking me, what shall we do? Because there are lots of Africans who are not integrated. So I decided, okay, now I am a mother, I am a grandmother of 3 children, and I have a lot of time. So I thought that I would put up this association and try to mentor some persons from African background so that they can take over the work in the public space. Because very soon I'm going to go in to work in my family, because my family has been growing quite large. Thank you.
I love this. I love this. Okay. And I think you answered a question that at some point I would have probably asked, which is, how did you connect the dots of your life? It's my absolute favorite question. I ask it every single time because I'm obsessed with connecting the dots. So I think, and you reminded me of Steve Jobs' quote, you can only connect the dots by looking backward. And I think now what you did is that you looked backward and you kind of helped us to connect the dots of your life and to see how things can evolve from one thing to another. And correct me if I'm wrong, Oge, but the fact that you were true to yourself and the fact that you embraced your identity, your authenticity, it allowed you to constantly work in alignment with that self, and in the same time attract the opportunities that are right for you. And I think that is absolutely brilliant.